Be blessed, be great, be you. Family. Welcome back to The Father Fam on The Father Fam YouTube channel. For the first timers, round of applause. Thank y'all so much for joining me on my YouTube channel, The Father Fam. And for my repeat offenders, you already know what it is. Thank y'all once again for tuning in. I greatly appreciate all of y'all. Thank y'all so much for the love and for the support. It doesn't go unnoticed, y'all. I appreciate y'all, man, so much. What we're gonna get into in this episode, in this edition of the Father Fam, we're gonna get into what is a father. We all have our different perceptions of what a father is, and I got mine as well. So I'm just gonna kind of touch on some of the things that defines a father to me. Now, in my previous video, I explained how I felt. One of the key things that I said, or how I felt, was I was nervous and I was afraid of not being a good dad, a good father. Somebody came to join us, right? Somebody came to join us. Are you gonna sit through this with Daddy? Okay. But back to what I was saying. There was just certain things that I felt like, the criteria that I felt like I didn't meet when it came to being a good dad. And we'll start off with leadership. I'm gonna go into leadership because leadership is a big thing for me. Okay, leadership, and a lot of things stem from that I have. You know, when it comes to being a motivator, when it comes to being inspirational, encouraging, being able to give direction, guidance. Oh my goodness, loving. You know, a lot of that stems from leadership. So these are a lot of the attributes I feel like you need to have to be a good father. You know, so going into leadership, and we talk about guidance. I feel like it's very important for us fathers to be able to give direction to our kids. You know, the right direction. Whatever certain things that they have, they're gonna be passionate about certain things. You know, to be able to take whatever it is that God put on this earth for them to be or for them to do. They purpose for us to be able to guide them in that, give them some direction to be able to flourish in whatever that is. So yeah, definitely with the direction, that's very important to me. Very important. Another thing from leadership is setting the example. And this is one thing that I felt like, me personally, I needed to work on. Setting the example. For me, it was just, I didn't want to be the father. I didn't want to be that father to be a do as I say, not as I do type of father. You know, I didn't want to be that. You know, so trying to get myself right so that I'm able to lead by example. So that was a big thing for me and why I felt like I wasn't ready. But setting that example, I feel like, is so important because our kids watch us. Even this little one here, he's only 8 months, but he watches me. I strongly believe he watches me, certain things that I do. Some things he'll watch and he'll laugh at me. If I don't pay him too much attention, he'll start crying, you know. But yeah, just to know that our kids are always watching. So it's very important. So for me, that setting the example, knowing that when he gets older, he's gonna be watching me, what I do, watching the little things, saying the right things, even when it comes to being a good husband, the way I talk to my wife, the way I say things. I gotta lead the setting example. So when he gets to the point where he gets married, he's able to, treat his wife with respect. So things like that, I feel like is something that we need to be able to do as fathers, and setting this good example. Being encouraging, being able to encourage our kids. There's going to be certain things that they go through, and for us to be able to encourage them and push them through those hard times. I feel like that's important. When there's things that's going on, for us to be able to say, pull them aside, you know what, hey, I see what's going on, okay? You can get through this. Those things I feel like are very important, especially when the kids are younger. So being able to encourage them, motivate them, inspire them, and also saying the right things, but also how we say those things. It's easy for us to say, you can get through this, you got it, but us to say, you know what, you've been through this, I've been through this, experiences, this and that, throwing experiences at them, look, you can do this, giving them that encouragement. We all had, for the athletes out there, we've all had like that coach where, they give a speech, then after they get that speech, you feel like you want to run through a wall for them. That's kind of how I feel like as fathers, we kind of got to be that inspiration where we can speak some life into our kids with the encouragement, also doing it with love, encouragement, motivation, inspiration. Yeah, yep, you agree, huh? But yeah, definitely another trait that I feel like us men need to have. Also need to be a disciplinarian. Um, be able to discipline your child. That's and do it the right way. I know, and when some people think of discipline, they think of spankings and stuff like that. But for me, I think more when it comes to discipline, I think of correcting my child. Don't get me wrong. Like, there's gonna be some times, okay, I'm gonna have to spank them. I mean, you already know that. Yes, but it's the correction in doing that. I know when it came to my dad, it was. I didn't get a lot of spankings. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't get a lot of spankings. Probably should have got more, but when my dad did spank me, it was a whole it was a conversation before the spanking. I'll tell you that. But if he was correcting me, it was more of a, okay, you did this, you wasn't supposed to do that. So as your father, I gotta correct you, and I gotta spank you, because if you do this in the future, or you get out there and you do this out there in the street or whatever, when you get older, there could be a higher level of consequence to your actions. So we need to correct this now, and if you continue to do these same things, I'm gonna continue to handle it in this manner, okay? And we'll have that little sit down talk where my dad be all chill, and then after that, he get to the spanking. You know what I'm saying? But one thing he did do was give me, he corrected me. He actually had a talk with me. He never like whipped me out of anger, when he's mad. It was more of a, if he was mad, it would be a him calm down thing and then come back to the situation. I would still get the spanking, but it wasn't, he didn't whip me out of anger or things like that. So that's one thing I feel like another thing I feel like is very important when it comes to being a father. With discipline, but doing it the right way, to where my son's not afraid of me, to where, okay, he understands that daddy whipped me because I did something wrong, and I just can't. If I don't do that again, I won't get a spanking. Things like that. Okay. All right. Another one is loving. Love. Is being a loving father. Not just saying, "Son, I love you," but showing it by actions. Actions. You know, being able to do certain things, being father, being the gift. When sometimes we look at love, all right, you'll see some fathers say, okay, I do this for my kid. I put food on the table. I pay the bills. I put clothes on your back. That's a sign that I love you. I don't feel like that's the full thing. That's not the full thing of what love means, or how you mean. That's part of. That's your response. You're supposed to do those things, But when it comes to love, being that person that your kid can come to, that can really, that he can sit and he can have a conversation and talk to you, and tell you about some things that are going on emotionally in his life that maybe he may not be able to tell mom. He may not. Being that person that he can come to and have those deep conversations with, where he's comfortable to talk to you about anything. I want my son to be able to come to me and talk to me about anything he has a problem with. I don't want him to be afraid to talk to me about anything, So being there, being present, it could be small things showing love. Being at sporting events, being at parent-teacher conferences, actually sitting down looking at their homework, actually getting in depth with what happened in school, not just what happened and it's nothing. No, really, what happened in school? What happened in first period? Or sitting down like, okay, third period, what happened? What you doing third period? Really getting in depth with certain things. Understand that it's hard at times to give the time that we want to when you have work and you have things like that. But I feel like that's very important. That's a big part of love. There's certain situations where you have people have some kids feel like, okay, the dad pays the bills, he does this and that, but he's like, we don't really sit down and talk like that. There's kids like that. They have fathers in their life that just feel like they couldn't have those conversations. So I feel like when it comes with the love, us as being able to have that time and trying to do the best we can with the available time we have to be able to sit down and actually talk with our kids and to show them that love that had nothing to do with finances and things like that and clothes and things like that. Just strictly conversation and just doing some of those small things that show love, and so yes, definitely love, and I'll wrap it up with this last thing. For me, one of my biggest ones for me would be to what a father needs to be, as I would say, God fearing. Some of y'all may not be religious like I am and how I was raised, but for me, it's God fearing. I said God created us in His image, so the closer I can get with my relationship with God, the better man, the better father I could be to my kids. It's how I feel, that's how I feel, and it's also from what I've seen from my dad, with him. God fearing, always putting God first, because when I do that, everything falls in place. Everything falls in place to where it needs to be. If I put God first. So that is the main one for me, to kind of wrap all this stuff up. Okay, as far as the father role, it's very important. Very important. I feel mothers and fathers is both important. It's both important for for kids to get both mother and father, you know, and with raising these kids with daughters, you know, being the example of what a man's supposed to be, the man that they need to be looking for, being that example for your boys, them raising them right to be the man that they need to be to their woman, to their wife, to their kids. You know, being able to be the leaders to bring them up. So I feel like it's so important for us to be able to be these different things that tie into being a good father. It's very important, and especially for the black parents, the black fathers, you know, us teaching our kids, you know, and us really disciplining them in the right direction, because we know out here in this world there's going to be certain situations where we got to be tough on them, because the world's going to be tough on them, you know. My dad always preached that to me. I'm strict on you with certain things, because I know when you get out there and you get older, they're gonna be real strict on you. It's gonna be harder than some other people, you know, and you gotta be able to know how to deal with that. And so it's very important, and I appreciate all of the fathers that were able to do that, because it's important. It's very important. It's very important. So yeah, that wraps up my my episode of the Father Fam. If y'all see that I'm looking to the side, it's because he's getting into stuff right now, and I gotta get him. Hold on a minute. Hold on. See, he's getting into stuff. Okay. But family, if you have not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and also hit that notification bell so you get all the updates. When I drop videos, you get directly to your phone. You're able to get on here and get it right when I drop it. All right. We're gonna continue to keep this thing going. Keep kicking out that great content. You already know. We're gonna keep doing that. Keep inspiring. Keep motivating us fathers out there, because we know we need it. And I just want to be a vessel to y'all, man. And definitely, like I said before, in the comment section, certain other attributes, please post them down there. Things that I didn't touch on. Let's have a conversation in the comment section. So I'm all for that. Love y'all. Also, don't forget, y'all. You know the saying. If you, the repeat offenders know. Be blessed, be great, and be you. Be you. Nobody is better at being you than you. All right? Blessings to all y'all, man. Love y'all. See y'all in the next video. One love. Deuces. Peace.